The children and young people who are appropriate for our service will meet national AAC hub criteria. They can be referred by school professionals or therapists in local teams. These children and young people will have developed beyond cause and effect understanding, have a clear discrepancy between their level of understanding and their ability to speak, and are able to understand the purpose of a communication aid. They may also have had experience of using low-tech AAC, such as a communication book, to help them realise their communication potential. This is Wyvern Special School in Ashford, Kent. The children here who are on our caseload all use voice output communication aids which were provided to them by our service. They were referred by Alison, the school-based speech and language therapist.
We currently have about 12 children on the caseload in school. 12 have VOCAs and currently 3 are going through the consultation process. And we have 1 or 2 others who are also coming through to the early stages of identification for referral on. Knowing when a child's ready to go through the referral process is quite organic. We obviously do our assessments and look at keywords and progress, but we also take the opinions of the teachers and the parents and observe the children themselves. They give us signals when it's ready, when everything's coming together. When we see a discrepancy between understanding and expressive language, it's always a trigger that we need more. So every child in the school, we try and augment them with communication of some sort, low-tech aids, communication boards, signing and symbols. When we get to the point where the symbols aren't efficient enough and don't give them enough scope for communication, then we start to think about moving on to higher tech equipment. I think it's essential before we put any referral in that we make sure that the low tech works for them. This can be in lots of different forms. It could be signing, it could be symbol use, it can be objects of reference. We always try that first and foremost and know that's a key part of the referral process anyway.
As a service, we understand that communication is fundamental to quality of life. We're committed to working with families, schools and local therapists to provide communication and assistive technology solutions that really make a difference. This is James and his mum Judy. James is a really brilliant user of AAC and has been using some form of alternative communication since he was 2 years old. James uses eye gaze technology to access his high-tech communication aid. He's also very good at using switches and low-tech books for communication. James is an excellent example of how AAC can help children and young people to develop their independence and participate more fully in all aspects of life.
James has a personality. James has a big personality. And we know he's got a sense of humour. We know he's a cheeky little what's-it. But what AAC has really been able to help him do, and what we wanted to do, is to let him express the personality that's actually there inside, which without AAC, and particularly the communication aid, he's not able to show. Before you had any form of AAC, before he had communication aids or communication books, it was very much a question of eye pointing. He's very good at eye pointing, so he'd constantly be looking at things and then looking back at you and looking at things and looking back at you, and the message did get across that he wanted something. He couldn't always tell what, so he gets to be a bit of a mind reader. It was difficult, but he managed to get his message across. It was obvious that he needed to and he wanted to. Now he's got environmental controls on this. We have no control over the television at all. The interaction in the family is much better. It's much noisier around here. We have two-way conversations, we have discussions, we have arguments. It's just allowed family life to be much more, for want of a better word, normal.
The best thing about having a communication aid is that I can tell you things. I can talk to you, but I need a little bit of time. When I started at Valence, I was scared they would not understand me. My communication aid helped me.
Oh, it's made a massive difference. We've seen, particularly in the last couple of years, with maturity and confidence, the amount of communication he's able to come out with now is indescribable. I mean, the sentences that he comes out with are brilliant. We were watching the Rugby World Cup come on England, I've got my game face on, things like that, and being able to communicate with our family. Majority of my family live up in Scotland, and so we speak to them over Skype, and James is now able to have a conversation with them over Skype or over FaceTime, because he can sit in his chair with his communication aid on, and we can all be sitting there and they can be part of the conversation, watching him, watching what he's doing there. It's, you know, he's come to life and he's really able to show his personality now. You can ask a lot more, you can tell people what needs to happen, you can ask for things to be done, remind people. You do all of those things very well.
I say you can do it. They are lovely, helpful people.
The KMCAT service have been a massive amount of support from the first time they started interacting with James when he was about 2, to the start of getting communication aids when you were at school, weren't you? So you were 4 or 5, right through to getting the vocals, changing different vocals, finding the right sort of vocal for him, and then obviously the support that he's had at school and beyond. It's been you know, immense amounts of support. They've been extremely helpful, and you know, very happy to help and wanting to find the best way forward to help James communicate the best that he can.